Welcome to Fixing Assets, and today we're going to get this one ready for a productive summer of driving around. Now, last year we didn't do this until about June time. This year we're going to do it a bit earlier. I think the first thing we've got to do, check the oil. There's an issue with the rear brakes, and we're going to check that the lights still work from the fiasco we had last year. So let's get on with it. As ever, first thing we need to do, open the bonnet, get to the oil and drain it. Easy as that. First thing I've got to do is work out which side of socket it is. Now, memory says it's a 3/4. That doesn't look like it's big enough. Let's try 7/8. It's not big enough. I've brought the inch one in case it's that one. Yep, it's the inch. Now that's cracked off. So I can find the oil tray. I'll pop that under the car. Where's the oil tray gone? It's not that one. Okay, so I couldn't necessarily find the usual draining thing. So here's the one from last week when I changed the oil in the Morris. Had to jack up the car so that I can actually get it under. Now the trick with this is to try not to get oil on yourself or drop the drain plug in the oil. I've got oil on myself, but the drain plug is sound, and we've not got that much swath on it, which is good considering it's a relatively new engine. So let that drain for a bit. The other thing I'm going to do, which hopefully won't be too bad, is get the oil filter off, which is turning. The next thing I'm going to do with this is a little bit of oil from there onto there, and then spin this back on. This is a new filter, not an old filter. So that's okay. I'm just going to leave that to drain for a few more minutes. So while that's going, I thought I'd have a quick chat on what we're going to be doing with this car this year. The plan is to use it. We're going to get over all the little sticky points that it's hard, because I think it will have some sticky points when we start using it. But the key thing is to get over the little sticky points, and hopefully we'll have a reliable car. I think the oil will be done now, so we'll give that a look. Okay, the oil's just dripping, so I'm just going to grab a bit of paper towel, clean the old sump off, sump plug, sorry, and we'll wind it back in without dropping it in the oil, hopefully. There we go. Interestingly, the 15/16 works a lot better. I don't want to get that stupid tight, also want it nipped, so that's why I haven't used the end of the ratchet. So, oil's not going to get out the bottom, so it's time to put oil in the hole at the top. Right, I've got this oil here, just going to go under here, if I can get the lid off. There we go. Oily hands. I'll get the next bottle. A little bit more in. There's plenty on the side of it, but it's what usually happens. Going to leave that to filter down. We'll check the dipstick in a minute. Just gonna give it one of these. We're at the bottom, so I'd say a bit more oil, leave it and then top it up a bit later on. I'll put this back on the shelf so I don't mix it up with the waste oil. Obviously, because this car's so short and the oil thing is so tall, I've had to jack the car up to change the oil, which is not something I usually like to do. And I do have a Spitfire compatible oil draining thing. However, it's disappeared. Right, we'll dispose of this responsibly. Old oil containers are perfect for that, and then just take it to the tip. There's a container for them. Don't just throw them in the skip. Frequent viewers of the channel will know what I'm going to say next, because I'm going to be looking at this back brake. Obviously, it's something that probably about half the videos on my Spitfire relate to. So, let's get this. Look, that plastic washer thing's come off. There we go, for nuts, wheel off. This was an arsehole to assemble, so it is possibly going to be an arsehole to disassemble. Now, it's in gear. That is actually seized. It's not ideal. Because of maintenance, we meet again. Starting to come. And then it's coming, but there we go. That's off. It has done the usual thing there. what we're going to have to do with this is disassemble it and think about what to do. Now, if you can see here, that hole there should be on this peg here. See, that peg comes out. Then that peg has the split pin on the end so that it doesn't come off, but it has come off. Now that there is pushed out a fair bit, so I think we need a new wheel cylinder. Especially if you look at that, that's been in there causing a bit of damage. So we'll make that into another video, because this is all about getting it on the road and finding out any issues that it needs. Otherwise, brake shoes are okay. Replaced those last year. Can't remember if I did a video on it. Probably not. So yeah, we'll get that done sometime soon. Order the parts up. Let's check the lights. Obviously, because I am don't need the fan on. In fact, realistically, I'll turn the blower off because it's not September anymore. So put them. There we go. And right, yeah, that was probably not a good idea because the brake's dismantled. It is now leaking brake fluid. Yay! But yeah, that should test those. And try the side lights. Is that reverse? Yep, that's reverse. Yep. So I'll take those out of gear. So next thing we're going to do, test that side of the car. So have we got 2 headlights, 2 side lights? Yep, that side light's a bit dim. Main beam. Can't really tell, but you'll probably tell in the video. I would suggest yes. You can probably see those better than me. I'll give the hazards a go. Now they're working on the back this time, which they weren't before. Working here as well. So I'm happy with that. Are you happy with that? Yep, I'm happy with that. Right. So that's gone about as well as I'd expected. I expected to have to take the back wheel off and say, right, I'm getting a wheel cylinder. I wasn't expecting it to be as jammed on though. However, I do think that we'll probably do both sides. Last wheel cylinders went on this car about 10 years ago. They've been good. They've not done many miles, but generally speaking, it's a time thing, not a mile thing usually with things like that. In fact, if they're sat, it's probably worse for them than not. Anyway, that's the Spitfire, sort of ready for the road, bar the rear brakes. Next time, we'll probably fix the rear brakes, and we've got another car to get on the road as well. It's big. It's not that big, but it's bigger than the others. It's red, and it's a Beetle. So, like and subscribe if you want to watch more incompetent tinkering with crap old cars.